fellow detectorists worldwide. If you are watching this, I have brought a mate along.
Yeah.
G'day folks, this is the Coffee Bush Kid in Central Vic. Today is a great day, a day of gloriousness. For I am out not only with the Manticore, but with the newly released M8 coil. Myself and half the world, we've been waiting for this to be released. Now it has been released to my understanding overseas, but it's finally out now in Australia. I do have me one. So today we have come back out on the gold. I'm in a trashy site again. Might be near where I was last time I tried looking for gold with the Manticore. But we are out with the M8 coil. Now, it's smaller, naturally enough. Though, funnily enough, that's 8 inches. Just, I only thought that was about 8 inches, but folks and measurements. So we're out with this one. I believe I'm going to have a better time with it than the 11-inch coil because it's going to be more sensitive, because it's smaller. I'm going to be able to get less targets under the coil, which I think was mucking me around a little bit last time I was out with the 11-inch coil. But I reckon we'll have a good time. My Manticore has had the update, so supposedly it's going to be more sensitive to the smaller gold. You can also change the tones for it. With the initial release in the gold mode on the Manticore, it was only a single frequency. I'm actually going to stick with that single frequency because it just saves me thinking about other things. If I get a high tone, I'm going to just run off and dig silvers or coppers or whatever else. So I'm going to stick in the single tone. When you do go over the steel and that, I find it does give a pingy signal to it. But because we've got the 2D screen, gold will be just straight out on that center line. I am going to do another run through with putting nuggets. I brought some nuggets along, so we'll stick those over the coil, see what the screen does. There's also, when you go out detecting, you've got to have realistic expectations. But I can say today, I am excited. I'm really excited. I hope I'm going to find, even just one nugget is just going to make it worthwhile. Naturally enough, after you find the first one, you want to find the second. But who knows? But we are going to play in the rubbish. But before we do that, let's have a look at the settings. Let's have a look at some gold over the screen, see what it looks like, and then we're going out. Alrighty, I have it set up for you. I hope that's all right. We can see the screen there, everything like that. My coil I've just taken off and it's to the side here. What I'm going to do is run a selection of nuggets over the coil so that we can have a look at the screen. So there is a 1.8 grammer. So you can see that on that center line, you see the numbers it's coming in at. You're going to dig that. I will go through the nuggets, but I've had a little bit of a test run myself and there's some interesting stuff there. But let's do this first. 0.46 grammer. See, the numbers have changed, but we are still on that center line. You're going to dig that. Just about a 0.1, 0.99. I mean, a 1 grammer. That wants to scream. This is good. It's going to have your attention. Yeah, I got some nicer pieces here. I think that's about 0.12. Yeah, that's a screamer. That's on its edge. That's on its flat. You're going to dig that. Next one. There's that one. Yeah, that's nearly a 0.2er. I think this one is just a bit over 0.2. We're still seeing the same thing. You know, they're irregular shapes. They're going to give a different size splodge, but they are all on that centre line. I think that's nearly a 3 grammer. It just depends on how you run over it as to the shape of the splodge. It's going to do that. And there's my biggest one that I've got. The nose, where are we there? The nose nugget. Not that it looks like mine, but it's pretty close. 4.45 grams. You're going to dig that all day long. So yeah, we're up into the 40s there. So we've gone from 6 or 7, up to 40. Now, what I'm going to do is we'll rechange the setup again. I've got a little piece of ground over there that doesn't have too many other signals around it, and we'll actually put them on the ground and run over it. And so I don't want this to be an all bloody beer and skittlesy type thing of how great it is. It's actually really interesting what you look at when it's in the ground. So that's going to be a little bit of a challenge, maybe. But we'll get that all set up so you can have a look at it. Alrighty. Now, I hope the wind doesn't play up with us too much. You can see way down there, that's my 0.18 grammer. So I'm not going excessively for height over the top, but have a look at this. We're not completely... See how I can, with a bit of distance, maybe I'm nearly 3 inches up, it's sort of elongating. I just found that to be a little bit interesting. So you look at that down below. That's not on the line. You're going to say to yourself, oh, am I going to dig that? It just might be something we need to look at. You know, if I'm really close, there it is, but you can still see it's going down. So that's just going to be a little bit interesting. We'll run through the whole lot. So there's our 4.6 grammer. Let's see what it does. Look at that. You're just actually going to have to be, yeah, mostly it's there, probably with a couple of boot scrapes, but you get a little bit of distance to it, and it sort of changes a bit. I think it's something we're going to have to be a little wary of. So you can do, you know, and people will say, oh, this is an air test. Yeah, okay, it is, but I've got nothing better to do. I can't rebury it, pack it down, have it in full mineralised ground and everything like that. This is just to give us an idea of potentially what we're going to be looking at. Now that's a lot better. The bigger the nugget, thankfully, the better off it looks. You know, that's all good. That's our 1 grammer. But look at that down there. See how it comes down in? Really going to have to be careful with what we dig. You know, that's looking nice like that. So I suppose it's just going to be interesting to see how we go. I'll quickly run through these last ones. Yeah, look, there's our next one. I think that's a 1.2er, something like that. You know, the bigger we are, you're going to dig that. I think it from what it looked like, the bigger we are, the better off it is. So I think we'll just go, let's just go for the big daddy, hey? The nose nugget. Yeah, that's what you want to hear. That's solid. We are, yeah, that's only just, but that's about 6 inches down. See how we got that? It varies a little bit, but I'm still hanging up about that 6-inch mark. Anyway, food for thought while we start. But I reckon I might stop mucking around with all this and let's get out into the scrub. And actually, we'll just take a bit of a look. Look at this. Okay, I'm out in the scrub, but brick. Oh, we've got broken glass. We've got debris. There'll be tin and all sorts of stuff all around here. It's a junky place you would not take a gold detector in. And this is why we've got the Manticore out here with the smaller coil. As I said, I've been out here before with the larger coil, and I really was just getting too many signals underneath the coil. So this is a smaller coil. I won't be able to get as many in. And yeah, we'll see how we go. I'm out for the day, so I'll probably cover a bit of ground, but we need to have a go with this and see how it, if I do that, it might be a bit better. See how it all goes with the new mate coil. Let's get out there. Yeah, here's my first target. We're only looking probably about 1 inch down. There was leaf litter on top of that. There it is in the scoop. There we go. That's a piece of lead. That came in at 2.3. Now, you know, okay, yep, that's a piece of lead. Inch down was a good signal. Like I wasn't going to walk past it. It was on that centre line, but it did sort of go down a bit near the lower, because it was low in numbers. It dropped down below the non-ferrous line, but you know, just as easily could have been a nugget, just a little one. Would have been a ripper. Anyway, piece of lead. We got it, and we will keep going. It's this old bloody lead sheety stuff that they had that I don't know what they used it for, but the old timers had it. They always give a bloody good signal. Piece of aluminium-y rubbishy stuff. So in a trashy site, you will be digging trash. Yep. 1416. There it is. It's 22. And there's rubbish here. And no one before me had got that signal. Imagine that as a bloody nugget. A copper alloy, round, giving us a very good signal. Right shape, wrong colour. Just right down there. Oh no, inch, maybe 1.5 inches down. I got that big thumping great lead washer. Hopefully we can make this a gold video, not a lead one. But anyway, we'll keep going. But I tell you what, I'm glad I haven't let you down. There we go, 4-hole button. Nothing deep out of that hole. No, it wasn't. It looks like a 303 projectile. Nice condition. Thumping target. Yep. There's a T-strainer. An old relic that I just swung over. It just gave a pip. Is that? And some folks might go, oh, that's a mini horseshoe. No, it's not. Hang on, I'll try and balance myself against a tree. There we go. That is actually what it is. a heel plate. Woohoo! For your boots. So one of the old timers would have had that to stop his heel from wearing out. I used to have heel ones, I used to have toe plates as well. Anyway, fairly cool little find. We'll not even take that with us. Well, here's something I just found out about the Manticore with the mate coil and how sensitive it might be. Nothing. I dare say you can't put anything over the coil in your hand. I'm about probably an inch above. It's as sensitive as a bloody gold monster. That's going to be interesting through the day. Okay, I don't know what it is, but realistically, you don't go leaving 90s in the ground. Do you? That's just unforgivable. Wrong. Oh, yeah. And that, oh, look at that imprint. Before we even pick up the coin, the token, no, can't make that out. Look at that. Big, thick, juicy. The soil here is not good. That is just full of copper cancer. But regardless, that's a token. We had best clean it up. We'll find out what it is in a tick. Now then, a lot of you of late have been calling me the token king. Look, I'm going to say that sits fairly well with me. 1859. See Justice sitting there on the rock. We've got the ship in the background, the scales of justice, the cornucopia of plentiness, everything like that. And whose is it? Well, you can't really read it that well around the outside, but with 1 Forest Street being the where it is, that's a Butterworth token from Castlemaine. So T Butterworth around the outside, I think, and Co. And then it'll have Castlemaine written around there. That side's fairly crusty. Shame, but it's fairly crusty. That one didn't turn out too bad. But there we are, 1859. That is a cracker. We are supposed to be looking for gold, and then I go out and find a token. Well, nothing much has changed really, has it? Anyway, we'll keep going. Well, I'm working near a current tip site, and I'm getting a massive amount of aluminium. So what I have done, and it's a conscious decision, where are we here? I've actually discriminated out 1 and 2. I'd just like a little peace of mind, and with the gold that I would get for 1 or 2, pretty small, and it would have to be reasonably close to the surface. So I've decided, in the interest of my bloody sanity, I've notched those out. So where I went, we probably, I must be, that's a bit better. Where do we go? Into there. I've gone to the customize, and you see I'm using the band width there. And if we go into that, what I've done is I've just had my band width at 1, and I'm up to 3 there now. So there's where I've been notching them out. There's only a couple, but it certainly saves the sanity. So as I said, I've consciously decided to not get gold that small. We want something a little bit bigger, and not be pestered by all the aluminium. Anyway, we will keep going. Surely that's got to be good, doesn't it? Where's my pick? surely that's got to be something good for us. See a bit of charcoal there, hopefully that's not it. Alright, let's have a go at that. Beautiful. Okay, just to make sure. Good. Guess what? What, buddy? Oh, we missed it. It was just that splodgy 11. Now, we're probably a couple of inches down. Let's do this. Can you see it? Oh yeah. And it is about bloody time. Look at that. Oop, look at that. I reckon if I do... Oh, did you hear that? Just bloody wet my old fingers. Ready? Yep, look at that. There we go. The first piece of Manticore gold. Oh, so glad to have that. Absolutely brilliant. I was just about to give up. And it's a good, thick, chunky piece too. Now, yeah, you would have got that with your 6000. You would have got it with an SDC. Probably even would have got it with the 900, really. But today, actually, let's just do this. There we go. Manticore, thank you very much. And the 8x5 Vivs. There we go. The mate coil. And we've got our first piece of glistening Manticore gold. I am going to take that. I bloody deserve it. I'm out at a different site now that I was told about. Heavily in the centre of the golden triangle. And this whole area is full of steel and tin. You know, there we are. But, and aluminium. You know, but we've got all this area is just massive goldfields all the way through. And what have I found? I found one little silver bit. I'm not sure whether it's aluminium. Comes up like silver, but anyway, down here in amongst all the scrub, and I'm poking in everywhere, we've got this. You gotta find out what that is. So that's exactly what we're going to do. It's not very deep down. Oh! Cent or threepence. Oh, thank you very much. It's supposed to be on the gold, but look, you know, I'm going to take a threepence. 1948, 50% silver threepence. Yep, I'll take that. Not a problem. Let's hope we can bloody get some gold as well. Let's keep going. You know what? It's actually been a good while since I found me a piece of wild silver. So, oh gee, I'll tell you what, everyone ready? Breathe out. Breathe in. Oh yeah, that's nice. All right, now we can keep going. And I got that. 23, 24. Piece of lead. I'd say 3 inches down. Streaming signal wasn't going to let me leave it. No one's picked that up. We did. And we'll keep going. And that is a big folded piece of lead. A very, very mushed up air rifle pellet. You'd reckon I was sick of finding these bloody things. Uh, 22. Yep. Okay. Shame it wasn't. Shame it's the wrong colour. No gold and 2 cent. That's what we've got. A teaspoon that's seen better days. That is a globule. Where are we there? A globule of lead. Jeez, I would have loved it to be in a nugget. That is a silver plated button. One of the plain ones that I like, but it's been silver plated. That's cool. It's not gold though, and that's what we're searching for, so let's get back to it. Well, just down there where my pick is, yeah, I got that. Which of course is a Beck's bottle. Now, I do have 1 piece of gold. Guess what I'm going to do? I'll tell you what, I'll get it out and we'll see how we go doing this and putting it in the Beck's bottle. Oh, I've talked about this for ages. Let's do it. Okay, there's all the lead that I found after that piece of gold, and there's actually even more lead that I've got that's still there. But there's our piece of gold nonetheless. And there we go, you ready? Oh, did you hear that? Beautiful. Let's put the lid on before it escapes. Doing this left-handedly as well. There we go. And you ready? We can hear that in there. I'll probably clean it up later on. But in there is there. Oh, look, there it is. Is our little piece of lead in the Beck's bottle. Ah, glorious. Let's keep going. About 3 inches down. I'm trying to keep you back to the wind. I got a solid 66, 67. Now, I have seen it, haven't touched it. Okay. Bloody beautiful. And, you ready? Look at that. There's a threepence. I thought there for a moment I could see a date on that. But anyway, we will pluck that out. Oh, beautiful. It's an Aussie one. What are we? 1934, I think it says. Actually, if I stopped mucking around and just did this. There we go. 34. A threepence for gold chasing. Look, I'll still take that. I reckon that's brilliant. Let's keep going. I got a signal. I didn't film it. It was a bit of a scratchy 13, 14. You know, here we are. You can see there. I'm just coming along here. It's on the top. I've gone, oh yeah, cool, no worries. I have dug down. And I've got through all this overburden, and we've got down to this nice stuff. So I swing over that. No, nothing there. It's all in this scrappy, overburdeny stuff. You can see there, you know, probably a good inch or 2. Anyway, you know, I've got it. Yeah, look, it wants to be found. Well, it sort of sounds a little bit like this. And if we, actually I'll quickly do it and see how we go. Right, what's that come up at? You can see where the splodge is. Okay, no worries. Well, would you believe, if I can get this right, see all this, it's just loose stuff. You see something shining in there? Oh, I'm trying to... Can you see? My viewfinder's all bloody murky. Look at that. Actually, if we do that, I am so stoked. Look at that. Look at that. That's glorious. Now, here's the hole. There's road. And, you know, there's a tip up there. I got a 22 here yesterday that someone should have bloody well got. That, oh, let's just go in for all we're worth. That is a glorious little piece of gold. That is Manticore gold. Yep. There we go. We could just sit here in quite companionable company just looking at that, couldn't we? Oh, I'm so stoked with that. That's a ripper. All right, oh, hang on. Before we keep going, I'll just put that there. And in my pouch, oh, look at this. I just happen to have a Beck's bottle. Oh, yeah. All right. Everyone ready for this? Oh, yeah. I heard it tink. But what we'll do is we'll put the lid back on. You ready? Oh, doesn't that sound nice? Oh, look, we can even see it in there. I should probably clean this bottle up. There's 2 bits in there now. 2 bits of Manticore gold. Look at them. Look at them. Well, folks, here we are now at the wrap up. I have achieved what I set out to achieve, and in doing so, I would like to thank the people whose names are running below us here right now for information and also for equipment lent. Anyway, let's get to the chase. I am not saying that the Manticore with the mate coil on it, the M8 coil, is better than the 6000 or the SDC. They are good, specific purpose gold detecting machines. Where this comes into its own though is in that trashy area. You've seen, well in fact you haven't seen all the lead that I got with all the footage. So there's over 300 grams of lead, you know. How would that have been for a nugget? It was all found in trashy sites. The first piece of gold that I got, there was tin around it everywhere, old miners stuff. But the piece that we got second outside the tip, in amongst all the foil and the tin cans and the 22s and the 303s, that was the sweet bit. So that is where the Manticore comes into its own. You've got the 2D screen, you can see gold coming up on that center line, and it's better on your head than if you were there with a purpose-built gold machine digging every single target. It'd drive you mad. You wouldn't go in there, and that's how come we found, you know, targets as large as that. But we also found small shotty pellets as well, and those little pieces of gold. So the teaming up with the Manticore and the M8 coil in trashy sites, absolutely brilliant. Love it to pieces. Hopefully next time I wander through something like that, a nugget this size will be the right colour. Anyway, I hope that helps you all, folks. So keep in mind, always good to fill in some of your day detecting, but remember to fill in all your holes when we're finished. I'll catch you next time.